happening, guys? I'm wearing a hat, and we're gonna walk on the track. I want to remind you all that, at least from my perspective, whether you believe it or not, what I honestly feel from my own experience is that I would have possibly been killed, struck down by lightning. Grandma runs out of the woods with a hatchet and just rips me to pieces for sharing this unique information with you. When I had hit songs, I would spend months locked in Section 8 thinking, and then strangers would come to my house and I would walk down the street in the middle of the night and I would run into people. I'd be followed, I'd talk to people, and I slowly put together the realization that they all had similar common denominators in them. They were all connected, similar themes and motifs. Very easy lessons once you figure it out. That the same people are displaying the same behaviors through different bodies. It's just the name and the energy remains. And then I learned how to work with energies. I learned how to do this. "10 miles on the track every day. And then when I couldn't take it, and I get too lightheaded, too dizzy, too aware of everything, too far, way beyond this, and I couldn't just be this ball of fun running towards my goals, and I would get overwhelmed. I would sit here and I would sit until I figured it out. I would lay down until I could figure it out, which would take a long time. And then I would get up and keep going. Try to maintain the perspective so I didn't get replaced by an artificial intelligence or a spirit trying to jump into my body. That instead, when I would be able to be here and fully present, they would show up in the dogs or the neighbors, eventually calling the police on me, sitting in my apartment every day for months, until there were 7 or 8 outside my door every day, because my neighbor was calling and they were believing him, because they were feeling angry and controlled. They're playing the Eminem diss track by MGK. They're playing the I don't like Eminem diss track. I know it's all just to help me, right? But yes, when I say violently traumatized, I mean I was during a breakthrough. When I fall asleep, I enter the real world, and I learn things. Everything's so meaningful then. It's so simple. Like I was in these mountains. It was twilight. Something happened to my friends. It was an arranged marriage between me and an Indian girl, a native woman, because there was something that would have happened when that happened, and I wasn't upset about it. I was excited, and she was excited. And then we looked through my memories, and she showed me that she was there the whole time, just sitting off in the corner of my mind. And then something happened. You heard me? That's so funny. That's why they play MGK, because they don't know what "you heard me" means. They don't know how to say "you heard me." That's why they're playing MGK, because they're angsty teenage brats that never went out and got cultured. So they live in a pretty little playpen. That's why you see them get so mad. And they're also here, so I can't show you this amazing view without having to confront and fight their energies. But in the dream, you know me, I'm always holding position, and then growing, and then doing more, and then pushing harder, and then putting a spin on it, making it casified and perfect the way that I want it to be. So as soon as I got into go mode, all of a sudden everybody in the whole dream turned on me, and all the darkness consumed them. All the light and party vibes left themselves. This is the lesson in the power of positive thinking, because this is showing me that I'm a better rapper than MGK. And if he can do it, I can do it. And maybe that's why I'm here. But they all turned on me. They were trying to kill me, possess me. I hid. I ran away because everyone I loved was dead. So I ran away, and it was cold. I was in the snow, and I was headed towards trying to find the best airbender in the world that could teach me skills. And then I turned around and I was like, I'll go back for my friends. I'll go back. So I went all the way back, hid in a tent right at the edge of the forest, and waited for them to leave. And then all these, all the zombie people that were all huddled together walking away, led by some dark demonic force. The demonic force clocked me instantly and just walked up to me and tried to kill me again. And then I was on a boat this time, and I was there illegally. So I was running through all the different cabins and running through all the different floors, trying to get out so I could fly away like a bird. I could fly away, and then I couldn't fly. It was too far, so I hid in a storage. Yeah, so they're emotional rapists. They played that because there's some type of entity that's focused on me, and then I'm too polite. I still believe this is a nice place. I still believe in small town community, right? When my natural essence the only way I can describe it is that I feel like I've been through war 1,000 times when I walk around. Although in my dreams I'm flying like a bird through the world, when I wake up it feels like I'm the best warrior on earth. Like, I rarely meet people stronger than me. It's like very happenstance, very sporadic, and it's just to teach me a skill. Feel me? It's nice. What's up, man?
How you doing?
Good. That's dope. I want a Cane Corso eventually. So they're screaming, look up Yeldabaoth, look up Yeldabaoth. So let's see what that is. Do I stand in the darkness? No. We'll stand here. Yeldabaoth. Let's figure out who Yeldabaoth is. What else happened in the dream? where I was hiding in the back room, way deep in the under workings of the boat. The guys I was hiding from just walked up and was like, I know you're right there. And they were talking about something else. So then I escaped. I went out in the snow. There's this ex-girlfriend that keeps coming up in my life, whether it's people's names that are following me, or like, I mean, I walk into stores and then the person behind me has her name, the person in front of me has her name, or I'm like walking on the side and they'll be like etched in right there. It's like everywhere I go, I see that. It follows me, and she was in my dream. She was telling me that somebody had broken. There was somebody that was a really good fire and water bender. He was good at combining two different elements. I thought it was fire and air, but it was earth and water or something like that. It was where I was trying to show them what I could do, but my things were cut off. My skills were cut off. I couldn't show people how I do things. And it wasn't working, but usually I was like, look, I can make this fire. I can combine it with the earth and the air and use it between my hands to make this like light flowing flame that sprays everything. And she was like, I think he did it more like this. And it was like this really dense substance, more like water, more like an ooze, but it was beautiful, like green and yellow, swishing around this like this really dense thing. And I was trying to make it bright, and his was like, it didn't need to be bright. It was like showing a flamethrower off to lava, in a way. So I tried to do that, and then as soon as I tried to do that, somebody rammed the car and rammed her out of the way. They started fighting. And then I was back. Something happened I can no longer remember now, because the whole system is trying to brainwash me into, what's this say? You are the BEV. You are the best ever. Yeah, it's something about war, and then I woke up in my favorite tarot reader, which has my favorite name, that keeps popping like this. It's a motif of 6 or 7 names that follow me my whole life. And one of my favorites, there's a tarot reader that based her channel off that name, and she reads things to me that really help me. See the butterflies going right to left now. So one of my favorite tarot readers dropped something about, she went live, and the whole live was how long I was asleep. So as soon as I went to sleep, she hit the live. And then as soon as I woke up once and her live canceled, then she had to go again. And then while I was asleep again, she went live. So I watched it, and she's talking about the Irish goddess of war, which she doesn't go Celtic that often. Only on my readings, bro. You feel me? But she said the Celtic goddess of war is laughing at you. They're laughing at you. And it's not favor, it's not value, it's like admiration and respect. Like I was brought to their attention, like they carried me into their throne room in chains, and they played my life like a movie. And they're like, what the fuck is this? Holy shit. So they broke the chains. And that has a name that's followed me my whole life, the Irish goddess of war. Actually, the name of that goddess is the guitar I was about to buy as the church bells are ringing. So I'm realizing why Mike Tyson said the gods of war have rekindled my ego.